viewers. Look, how's that? Here again for Saturday night.
Sup tubers? How's that? Hey up duck? Sup tubers? I was having some audio issues, but we've got it sorted. The VR was still turned on, so you couldn't hear me. I'm here now. I think it sounds okay. I had a quick little preview. We're here Saturday evening with the Amigos Racing on Amigos Racing Media channel for YouTube. Just about to start our Group 2 Endurance Series. It's round 5 here at Interlagos. I can give you a quick rundown of the championship, but they've changed the website, so now it's so far apart, you'll have to bear with me as I try and follow the lines. Okay. In first, we've got Road Runner Dan, all the way over, and he's on 100 points. With Seth F1 in second on 81 points. In third, we've got Backspace on 64 points. In fourth, Pigstig on 50 points. Then we have Uber in, what's that, fifth spot for Uber, sorry. Oh dear. And he's on 46 points. Scott R70 is in 6th on, oh my, 34 points. Then we have Digital Blasphemy on 20 points. Behind Digital Blasphemy we have Tom on 16 points. Behind Tom we have Britsburger on 15 points. Behind Britsburger we have Jobs on 10 points. Then we have Rye behind him on 10 points also, and underneath Rye we have Pete Mister also on 10 points, I believe. Below that we have no hassle on 10 points. I don't know, I can't move this around for some reason. Yippee-ki-yay is on 1 point. If you go to the website you can look at the table. I'm struggling to read it because I zoom in on it to read the names and then it won't move. But if you go, I'm looking at it on my phone, which I don't think it's really designed for. So if you go to amigosracingteam.co.uk and you go to league standings, you can look at what the Saturday Endurance Group 2 Season 1 league is doing at the moment in the chat. Alex Sutton, good evening. Hi. So here we are for round 5. I think that's around about halfway through this season. Oh, I'm not going to start hunting for things. But top of the pile so far we have a Roadrunner Dan. He's done a 123.981 around here. Only 3/10 behind him. Ooh, Uber is going for an Interlagos coloured livery here. It's very nice, very Brazilian. La Sambar Uber. So Seth F1 third fastest, only 300ths behind Uber. Rizaf, we haven't seen Rizaf before unless there's been a name change, but Rizaf is running around fourth fastest, the second off of Seth F1. And Digital Blasphemy, Bumpy Little Ting is what it says on his bumper. Last week I was trying to read it. It looks like he's made it bigger, but that's his record label. So check that out. Bumpy Little Ting. Check that out for Digital Blasphemy. I've only just found out before the race, so I'll check it out later. Pigstig. It's just popped into third in his, and they're all driving Nissans, all Group 2 Nissans. When they started the first round, Pigstig was the only Honda driver, So they thought to make it a lot easier, everyone just jump in the Nissan. So keep it even, Stevens. In the chat then, Lays 1 RC and Fun. Good evening, racers and viewers. Looking forward to see a great race. Alex Sutton also says, Rezarf is Fraser, mate. May make it easier. I don't mind Rezarf. It's not a weird name, I can say that. But I just didn't notice he had been in the other first 4 rounds. And Roadrun Dan says Rezarf is called Fraser the wrong way round. I like Rezarf. I just hadn't noticed that he'd been in any of the races before. A new entry into the season. What can Rezarf do? He looks fast. He's 4th fastest, like I said, 2/10 behind Digital Blasphemy. There's Rye. Oh, in the Martini, he's back. I like that livery. He couldn't make last week, but he was here the week before. You're having a great race the week before, and I think someone knocked his PlayStation over, and he disconnected. So, but he's back, bringing the martinis with him, bringing a little culture into the pack. So in the chat, Alex Sutton says new entry from Elite Digits and Fraser. And Roadrunner Dan says, and Elite Digits is making a guest appearance this week. Oh, I haven't got to Elite Digits yet, but we'll get there. Lace 1 RC and Fun says, I love your commentary, mate. Thank you very much. It's scuffed as hell. It's not really like what you'd say a purist would call commentary. It's just me talking garbage and laughing at myself with some of the ridiculous things that I come out with. Here we go then. So 6th is a No Hassle. Ooh. Got a BAR feel to that to me. No Hassle one side, Amigos of the other side. Split down the middle there for No Hassle. Looking good. Right now then, this chap. Last week I kept calling him OK Cranger, and he's put a space in for me, I suppose. So I don't know if he's just Ranger or OKC Ranger. I imagine I'll just end up calling him Ranger, and I'm guessing the OKC is an affiliate of his, some kind of racing affiliation, a team that he may be on. There we see, running slow for the cameras to get a good shot of that livery. It's fresh as you like, bud. And there he goes into the pits. Where was I down to? I haven't seen. There's this. Yeah, we looked at No Hassle. So Elite Digits. This is the one guest appearing today. I like his number 11. Is that number 11 or 111? I think it was 11. That's the number I used to race with when I raced. Yeah, number 11 for Elite Digits. This car's looking all kinds of busy. And we'll see where he's going to place it when qualifying starts. I don't know if qualifying's a little bit delayed, because when I logged into the room they seem to be in some sort of qualifying thing at the moment. There's Beardy, so I had to wait for him to quit out of that. So I don't know if they were just checking the systems were all good. So I don't know if they're having a little bit more practice, because they were waiting for someone to quit out of the qualifying to cancel it. But there is Beardy in his Fantech Nissan. Backspin, there's a couple of people in the pits. Chubbs is out. And looking mighty fine in his Amigos livery. Max Pace we saw just coming out of the pit lane. And his Amigos, and he's gone back in again. Roadrunner Dan having a rest. Uber, we saw Uber in his Samba livery. Pigstig there 10th in the pits. There is a Yippee-Ki-Yay. We haven't seen him out. It looks like a Bruce Lee theme this week. We've been having different themes every week on his livery. Seem to be blockbuster movies or of some kind. And I think that looks like Brucey Boy on the back staring at me, giving it the Hong Kong Phooey. So No Hassle, we saw him around the track right in the Martini livery. And Scott we haven't seen on track yet. So there we see Seth F1. Fastest man is Roadrunner Dan, 123.9. I think Roadrunner Dan so far has 4 of 4. 4 wins in 4 rounds. We have a 60-minute race here after 12-minute qualifying. And the rules are... There are no rules. Yeah, no, there is some rules. Just a couple. Don't hit people. but all the obvious racing rules are applied, but strategically they cannot put the same compound on. All 4 compounds are open: the racing super softs, the racing softs, the racing mediums, and the racing hards. During a race they must use 3 of these 4 compounds, and at each pit stop they cannot put like for like on. So say if they pit with racing softs on, they must leave the pits with racing super softs, racing mediums, or racing hards, but they cannot put racing softs back on. What we've seen, the fashion so far, yeah, slide it, Seth, woo! There goes Seth on a Super 1, seeing where the limit is in that corner, and he has realised, he's trying to go down the escape road now, look all official, like he meant to do it. Beardy, yes, you can't brake after the 50-metre mark on that corner, Seth. We've learnt. More chat. Oh, I keep missing the chat, sorry. Here we go. Where was the last one I read? Roadrunner Dan, Oklahoma City and Texas Rangers combination. Roadrunner Dan, we haven't started yet, don't worry. Now waiting for OKC Ranger to come back. Oh, has he just scooted? Oh, gosh. And Backspace says, just waiting on Ranger. Fine, that's alright. I'll talk until the cows come home. Seth on a Ghost. He did the fastest though. He has gone faster than Roadrunner Dan, which makes us all wonder. We don't know what tyre. They've got to qualify. Oh, that's the other rule, I think, is they've got to start on the tyre that they qualify on. So, super softs there for Digital Blasphemy at the moment. Obviously, it's all set to change if they're going to qualify, and I suppose they could change them. Super softs there on the pig stick. Elite Digits is on the super softs also. A Beardy, he's going for the softs, going for a bit of a longer run there at the beginning. He's having a practice start now. Shall we quickly get on board with a practice run? I love a practice run. Yeah, baby. Nice practice start. Go on, give it to us, Beardy. We're on board. We're on the brakes. He's a brake user, not a handbrake user. See, people opt for one or the other. Now we're going into qualifying. Oh no, Roadrunner Dan says a Ranger's PS4 has just blown up. That's not good. That means it's time for a PS5. Legion, come on, no hassle. You've got this, mate. Fans out there for no hassle. As they're all ploughing out on to the track. 12 minutes to get their fastest time logged. Will Roadrunner Dan be the fastest man on track come time for the race? So I haven't put any graphics back up. Thought we'd just enjoy the cars driving around on their outlap with no clutter on the screen, should I say. It's a beautiful sight. That is nice, that car. Uber's done a grand job. I love that colour change. It's cool. Very nice. Smooth, we'll call that. In the chat we have Lace One RC and Fun, Meep Dan, and Josh Iron says, come on, Elite Digits. Right then, they're coming up to start their flying lap. Uber is the first man on track. We will keep an eye on his tidy lap. He's on the super softs. Roadrunner Dan behind him, also starting on the super softs, it seems. Backspace opting for the super softs. There we see Digital Blasphemy copying the trend with the super softs. Chubbs, he's on the racing softs. And Seth F1 going for the super softs. Rye also on the softs. Rizarf is on the super softs. Scott is on the super softs. You're getting dizzy with all these camera angles. Softs for Beardy. No hassle there. Is all going for mediums at the beginning of this race. A Pig Stick is on the super softs. Yippee-ki-yay is on the soft tyre, and Elite Ditch is on the super soft. So Uber coming around up the hill, coming up to the hairpins now. He's laying down the time for us all to follow. Roadrunner Dan got his distance. It's not going to get a tow from back there. I don't know if anyone's going to try up the hill to grab a tow. It is a tactic, but that means you have to be quite close to the competitor in front of you to try and get that moving. You have to have a lot of confidence that they're not going to slow you down during the corners. Uber going off a little bit wide in that corner. Roadrunner Dan following him up the hill. They're all coming now. Uber's going to set the first time for us all to see. I didn't really look in practice to see. They was doing what, 123s was it, or something was the fastest? So a 124 dead from Uber. Roadrunner Dan better in that with a 123.7. Uber staying in second, backspace posting a 24.3. Digital Blasphemy. Oh, Seth has gone faster with a 23.8. Uber third, backspace fourth. Chubbs is fifth with a 24th. No, Scott has now gone fourth, fastest with a 24.3. More people posting times, a 26 dead from No Hassle. Beardy doing a 24.8. There we see Scott's 24.3. So backspace in fifth. Chubbs there in sixth with a 24.4. Yippee setting a 26.8. Pigstig a 32.4. Beardy is seventh with a 24.8 so far. Digital Blasphemy eighth with a 24.9. Rizaf is ninth with a 25.1. Elite Digits has put a 25.6 in. Elite Digits there in 10th place. We've just mentioned he's posted his time. And there is Rye 11th with a 25.8, also very close here. No Hassle carrying a penalty. He did a 26.0, getting 12th on the grid so far. Yippee there in 13th and Pigstig 14th. But Pigstig, is he on those odd tyres? Was Pigstig? No, he's on the super softs. Must have had an issue on his flying lap. Roadrunner Dan slowing down on track. So Seth is the man we need to watch. He was only a 10th behind Roadrunner Dan. So he's coming around now towards the start straight. I don't know why I'm on this really long shot camera. Is that Seth going into the pits? Roadrunner Dan crawling around. There we see Uber. Oh, it looks like a one lap run on those super softs. Beardy setting a new time. Beardy with a 24.7. That puts him there in 7th place. He's on those racing softs. It's a bit busy down there at the moment with people pitting and people coming back out. So those super softs are only good for one run, one lap they're thinking of. Uber's on an out lap. Pigstig setting a 125.1, and that puts him in 10th place from Pigstig. This is not usual pace we're seeing. He's usually top 5. So Pigstig either finding a track he's not keen on, or there's something, another issue in that cockpit. In the chat we've missed nothing. Amazing liveries, says Lace 1 RC and Fun. So there's a few out there on their out laps. Roadrunner Dan, Seth, Uber, Scott. Backspace is on a run at the moment on those super softs. He didn't come into the pits, he's carried on. Thinks he can get something more out of this. We've got 6 minutes left of qualifying. We're just waiting to see how Backspace does, but he's got a car in front of him. That might be one of those cars that are on an out lap. It's a very busy track. It's a small track, you see, and traffic can play a big part. Rice set a 25.4. I can't see him in the top 8. It looks like, I think Backspace is going around in 3rd. He's going into the pits. Dan's just going into the pits. Seth's gone into the pits. Digital Blasphemy 8th. Where is Rye then with that time? Rye set to 11th place with that 25.4. It's only 3/10 off of Pigstig ahead of him. Roadrunner Dan now coming around to make another run. Seth F1 is in the pits. Uber is on a run, so we can watch Uber. Check out his time. He's 3/10 off of pole at the moment. He's put another set of super softs on. It's on a push in the twisty section. And we're checking out to see how he does. I'm waiting for a sector time. He should be just coming across it as he comes around this corner. I don't know how he's doing there. He's down by 9/10. Can he make that up the hill and the further 3/10? That's a lot to ask. But we'll check him out as he crosses the line. Get away with drinking me coffee. No Hassle setting a time of a 25.568. It hasn't put him in the top 8. 24.7 there from Uber. He got a couple of tenths up the hill, but Still got to come some way there. Here we see a Roadrunner Dan. He's 2/10 down on his own time. So like I said, there's a lot of traffic out there. Seth on his outlap. Scott going across the line. He was 200ths off his best. The backspace there, he's on an outlap. Chubb's just coming out of the pits. In 7th we've got Beardy. He's just crossed the line with a 29. That was an outlap, so this is his flying lap. We'll see how he does in the first sector. He's only a second off of pole. In 7th spot, Digital Blasphemy, a 1:24.7. Let's put him up into 7th place ahead of Beardy. Beardy we see coming down to the first sector. He's up 1.5 tenths on his own time. He's only, as you can see, 100ths behind Digital Blasphemy. So we'll stick with this lap. We've got 3.5 minutes left of qualifying. Beardy loves a slide. He loves to slide this Nissan. This beast of a car through those corners. He's dragging it through Interlagos here to see if he can batter a time out of her. He's on the racing soft tyres, so there must be someone off the track ahead. Hopefully it won't be a distraction for Beardy. Whoa, it nearly was a distraction. It was close, wasn't it? See if we can go in car, and if hopefully it'll stay there. We're up again. I didn't see how much by, but we're up on our own time. We're definitely going to move up the order if we stick to this lap. Going up the hill, it feels like forever now. So Fraser or Razaf is a 24.9, and Beardy going across the line. He's put himself ahead of a Digital Blasphemy, 3,000ths off of Chubb's time with a 24.4. Amazing stuff. So Roadrunner Dan back in the pits, Seth back in the pits, Uber has gone into the pits, he's back out of them again. Scott's in the pits, backspace, he's just about to cross the line. Can he go faster? He's faster than his time. He's in 3rd place, 5,000ths ahead of Uber. Uber there in 4th. Elite Digital just gone fast. Digits has gone faster at 25.3. We'll have to run down so far. So we've got Roadrunner Dan on pole, Seth F1 in 2nd place. In 3rd we've got backspace. Uber is in 4th. Scott in 5th place. 6th place for Chubb so far. 7th for Beardy. Pigstick in 8th place. Digital Blasphemy is down to 9th. We saw him going fast as well earlier. There is Razaf in 10th place. In 11th, Elite Digits. In 12th we have a Rye. 13th we have a No Hassle, and in 14th we have a Yippee Kai Yay. In his I think it's Bruce Lee. Rye's gone faster. Rye has gone faster. He's set at 24.2. That's in the top 10. Wow. Did I miss the feet? In the top 5. There we go. Right there on lap 7, pulling a 24.2, putting himself into the top 5 on those racing soft tyres. Great move from Rye. So Roadrunner Dan, he's just starting his flying lap after putting new tyres on. Backspace going faster again, but staying in 3rd. Yippee-ki-yay is setting a better time with a 25.1. So's No Hassle with a 25.5. So we'll look outside the top 8. There's Yippee-ki-yay in 12th position, moving ahead of Elite Digits, and No Hassle sitting in the pits on the racing mediums. Is he going to start on those racing mediums? So who was we watching? Sorry, there was someone on a run, wasn't there? Scott, they're all on a run. This will be their last run. 30 seconds left to go. Who's closest to the end of the track? Roadrunner Dan is sitting on pole. Seth having a really good go for it. Backspace still around about the same place as where Seth is. Uber crossing the line with a 24.5. He doesn't manage to go any faster. Here comes Rye to cross the line. He just pulled a 24.2 out of the bag, and 25 for that one. Here comes Seth and backspace. So Seth further up the road. He's coming towards the line. Can he take pole? He's only just over a 10th away from Roadrunner Dan. Has he got it in him? He has. Now we're watching Roadrunner Dan. Can Roadrunner Dan do anything about this in his last run? Seth with a 23.660. What has Dan got? Dan's taking it back with a 23.1. Unbelievable. Backspace. Has he got anything faster? No. Uber coming around now. He's carrying a penalty. This is going to be tricky to go faster on a penalty. penalty. He's trying to shift that penalty. Rye also going around, but Uber further up. Scott has done his run. It's 6th place for Scott, unless someone behind him can go faster. I don't think Uber's going to change his position from there, carrying that penalty. And Rye coming around. Beardy in the pits in 8th. So far, Roadrunner Dan, your pole sitter. Seth, for all of 30 seconds, was on pole. Backspace in 3rd. Uber 4th. Rye is in 5th. He's down. He's not going faster. Scott's already done his run. In 6th. Chubbs off the track in 7th. Pushed too far. Beardy's in the pits in 8th. 9th for Pigstig, who's hanging about. There is 10th, Digital Blasphemy. 11th for Razaf, who has done his run and finish. Yippee has done his run and he has finished in 12th position. Elite Digits just coming out of the pit lane. He's done his run, he has finished, and No Hassle finishing in 14th position. So just waiting for the timer to run out. Wow, that was epic near the end there. In the chats we have Legion saying, come on, No Hassle, you've got this, mate. Lace 1 RC and Fun, meet Dan. John Iron says, come on, Elite Digits. Lace 1 RC and Fun said, amazing liveries. And Roadrunner Dan says, get in there. Only just, though. Hey, he's half a second faster, though. 5/10, he did 23.144 for Roadrunner Dan, with Seth F1 with a 23.660. They've got 3/10 on Backspace, doing a 24.006 in the end, and he's only 500ths ahead of Uber. Uber setting his fastest lap time on his first run, a 24.057. So the weight coming off that car didn't help him. He did some close ones though. Rye there near the end on lap 7 at 24.2, pulled that out from nowhere. Look at it, he was all in the 25s up until that point. So great lap from Rye. 6th for Scott, also his first run was his fastest run at 24.3. There Chubbs, his first run, also his fastest, to 24.4. Beardy, we don't see his times, but he's only 1.3 seconds off of pole. Qualifying has ended, so we'll see these guys line up on the grid, ready to race. This is going to be epic. I've heard Digital Blasphemy might be on a very good strategy. Roadrunner Dan, he knows his strategy. He's just see if it comes together for him. We're watching them on the grid, watching a Roadrunner Dan. We see the lights are on. Roadrunner Dan also pushes down on the brake lever. There they go, they are off, and so are the competitors. Roadrunner Dan still leading. Let's get a nice closer camera angle at this first corner. Uber trying to go up the inside of Roadrunner Dan. Roadrunner Dan hanging it around there, knowing he's on the inside for this corner. Backspace was looking, have a small slice of Uber, with Seth dropping down to P4. Seth's start not as good as Uber and Backspace, making a jump on him, but Seth trying to come back. Rye there still in that 5th place with Scott, trying to have a look up the inside. Beardy, all free wide there. Beardy coming out on top with Pigstig in 8th, and Chubbs coming back on track in 9th. Razaf there in 10th, side by side with Digital Blasphemy. Razaf down into 10th, sorry. Digital Blasphemy there 11th, no 12th, because Elite Digits is moving up there past. Then Digital Blasphemy, No Hassle has moved up ahead of Yippee-ki-yay, but someone's had a big off. No Hassle, looked like No Hassle there, having a bit of an off, but Roadrunner Dan is still leading from Uber. Uber putting the pressure onto Uber though, 3/10 apart. He's going to get a tow up the hill, that's going to help him into turn 1. Backspace some 1 second behind these guys. Rye up into 4th. Seth F1 is falling like a brick on those super softs. He should be moving forward, not backwards. So Roadrunner Dan and Uber so close between these two. Wow, there goes the tow, and Uber trying to move up the inside of Roadrunner Dan into the corner, and he's made it stick. But Roadrunner Dan is up the inside of him. Can Uber hold it around the outside there? No, and there. Roadrunner Dan pulls it back into the first corner. Brilliant stuff. Uber down into second, and there is Backspace. He's only 6/10. If they keep rooking ahead, he will be all on them. Seth F1 back ahead of Rye. We missed that. Rye trying to come back up the inside of Seth F1, but it's a little bit late. Scott all over the back of Rye. Pigstick's moved up a space into 7th. Chubbed in in 9th position. There is 10th. Elite Digits. No, 11th. Oh no, 11th is Digital Blasphemy. He's on the super soft tyres. Yippee-ki-yay on the racing softs in 12th. No Hassle now up to 13th because Razaf looks like he's had an off, and he's moved to the back of the pack. Up ahead then, Roadrunner Dan ahead of Uber, nearly by a second. Backspace caught up Uber, bringing Seth F1 along with him. We've got a three-way fight here. It's going to be juicy. Let's get on board with Seth F1 and watch from this angle, because it's going to be a blinder. Seth F1 in Backspace's toe going up the hill. He's going to be soon past a Backspace and wanting to get a piece of Uber. Backspace, no, still holding it. They're not quite past. So Seth F1 tucking in again behind Backspace. He's going to go for the late break move up the inside. There's a little bit of lag there as the computer tries to sort out who is where, and he's made the move. Backspace down into 4th spot with Rye there in 5th, just ahead of Scott, 3/10. Nothing in it between the two of them, and Pigstick catching them two up also. It's very close up front. Roadrunner Dan is 1.4 seconds ahead of Uber now. Uber is half a second ahead of Seth F1. With 7/10 behind them, they have a Backspace in 4th place. Rye nearly a second behind them, but Rye's under attack from Scott. Scott trying to go the long way round, leaving himself wide open to Pigstick. Pigstick having a look out the door. He's there, he's seen the door, and he says hello. But Rye still maintaining that 5th place from Scott in 6th, and Pigstick stays in 7th. He was opportune there, but Scott said no. Did not leave that open and slammed that door shut on the pig or the stable door. There we see Beardy. He likes the fight in the front of him. It means he can catch them guys up ahead in 8th, with Chubbs in 9th, Digital Blasphemy in 10th, Elite Digits in 11th, Yippee-ki-yay 12th, No Hassle in 13th, but he's under a lot of pressure from Razaf. Razaf trying to make that move up the inside, up the hill, and he makes the move. Sticks Razaf back up into 13th. From whatever put him down there in the 1st place. So Seth F1 is still ahead. No, he's ahead of Backspace, but he's all over the back of Uber now. So we'll get back on board with Seth F1. And the Aussie attacks Uber in front. He's going faster at the moment. He wants to go at Roadrunner Dan. Their pace is pretty similar all the time. Seth F1 has a face full of Uber. He can see that Roadrunner Dan is slowly edging away. Seth F1 leaving it out wide. He's got nearly a second difference on Backspace, but now being here behind Seth F1, behind Uber, that time is coming down. He wants to make short work of Uber up ahead. Uber driving a great race. He's probably driving a little defensive now, slowing himself down. And Roadrunner Dan loving this. Nearly 2 seconds lead on the guys ahead, with Uber under immense pressure here while Seth F1 is in the tow. He's looking for a way past up the hill, but it's not open yet. He wants that inside line. He's going to go for it. He's pulling down the inside of Uber. Uber is out wide, and he's let him through. He's let him through, or he's been very polite, but he's come back, has he? No. So Seth F1 up into 2nd spot. Didn't look like Uber put too much of a fight up though. Doesn't want to slow himself down. He probably fancies that it's not his race today. With Seth F1, Uber feeling the tyres maybe. I bet you he's a bit more aggressive to Backspace, who's heading up his way in 4th. Scott, oh, we've got a little battle here. Scott, Beardy and Pigstick. Pigstick in 7th. Pigstick just picking up a penalty for some reason. Scott is ghosted as they're coming up, I suppose just lifting. Scott out wide. I think Scott's starting to feel those tyres. Beardy on the racing soft. They look just as worn as Scott. Pigstick on the racing soft, not as worn. All the time these three are stumbling over each other. Chubbs is catching them up with Digital Blasphemy. We've got a fight from 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, all racing each other here on track. It's close racing, and Scott has got, well, Scott was in 5th place. We've lost Rye. That's who we've lost, and I haven't even noticed. I apologise. There we see Rye in 13th. He's not far behind the battle with Rizaf, Yippee-ki-yay and No Hassle. They all seem to be in a battle with each other, fighting up and down the field. It's such a struggle. Chubbs has gone to the back of this battle. So Scott leading from Beardy. Pigstig trying to find a way behind. Will sit on board with Pigstig for a bit. He's got Digital Blasphemy just 8/10 behind. They were 5 together, but they seem to have pulled away, these top 3, and they've gone wide. Pigstig moving past Beardy after Beardy going wide in that corner, and he's really moved up to the back of Scott. So Pigstig on the move with Digital Blasphemy behind Beardy, very close now. Looks like Digital Blasphemy is going to try and make a move anytime soon. There we see him, and he's got Chubb, sorry. Digital Blasphemy in 8th, and Beardy there in 7th, losing out to Pigstig. Scott is now getting overtaken by Pigstig. Pigstig trying it up the inside. Scott being difficult, but he's there still. Scott still on the inside. He's not over. Pigstig has made the move stick, it seems. Brilliant stuff there from Pigstig, moving ahead of Scott in 6th, but Pigstig losing the back end up the hill. That gives Scott better momentum. Scott going to be able to take the fight to Pigstig as they go up the hill, and there Seth runs into the pit stop. Seth, and so does Scott. So some of them pitting now. Roadrunner Dan staying out there. Lap 7 on those Super Softs. Also on the Super Softs is Uber. He stayed out there. There we see a backspace in 3rd place on those Super Softs. They've stayed out there for lap 7. Pigstig staying out there, moving up into 4th place on those Super Softs. Seth F1 has come out of the pits, and he's slotted into 5th place. He's put the racing softs on now, just behind Pigstig. He's going to have better grip. He's going to catch up Pigstig rather quickly. Digital Blasphemy are just behind Seth F1. They've carried on. Chubbs also, although he looks like he could do with a pit stop. That front right tyre, sorry, is looking rather angry. But he's still sticking to the back of a Digital Blasphemy, with Beardy dropping down into 8th spot. His tyres also shot. Scott, we saw coming into the pits, he's put some racing softs on. He's ahead of No Hassle, who is on some medium tyres in 10th place. Rizaf is in 11th on the Super Softs. Still cracking on with those. Yippee-ki-yay in 12th ahead of Rye. Rye's pitted. He's put some Super Softs on, and he's making his way through the field now. We see him going up the inside of a Yippee-ki-yay for 12th position. Elite Digits also pitting. Up in front then we have some movement. Backspace and Roadrunner Dan and Pigstig all coming in. So, wow, Roadrunner Dan is on his way back out. He's changed his Super Softs to a set of racing softs. Uber taking over the lead with Seth F1. Is he going to get 2nd spot? It's saying 2nd spot, but no, Roadrunner Dan is out just ahead. Oh my lord, there's nothing in it. They're side by side going down the straight, and Seth F1 takes the lead from Roadrunner Dan. I mean, Uber has got the lead, but he has not pitted yet. Those tyres will be absolutely in turmoil for Uber. The 2 leaders already catching him up after their pit stop. Roadrunner Dan, he looks like he might have tipped in a little bit of fuel on his pit stop. That might have given Seth F1 the slight lead. It looks to me like Roadrunner Dan has definitely put a bit of fuel in, unless he can serve fuel that well. But at the moment, Seth trying to get used to these racing softs. He looks a little bit wiggly out there. It looks like he's shaking and rolling around. And Roadrunner Dan all up in his business with Uber now. Those tyres absolutely killing his race, and the 2 leaders stuck behind him waiting to go for a pit. And Roadrunner Dan, he's going to try and make the move. Seth F1's trying to cut him down, and that's something's happened. Whoa, Seth F1 wiggling all over the place. It looked like he was trying to defend, and Roadrunner Dan let him back through. I'm not sure he needed to there, but Seth F1 are retaking the lead. Roadrunner Dan in 2nd. Reset that, boys, and crack on again. So Seth F1 on the racing soft tyres, Roadrunner Dan. All in the meantime, Uber pitted, backspace back into third place, Scott up into fourth. That's really hurt Uber, this pit stop. Pig Stig in fifth. Oh no, actually there comes Uber. He's lost a spot to Scott, but Scott is just there in touching distance. Uber could literally reach out and brush the back of his car. So Uber out into fifth place. Pig Stig there in sixth. He's gone for a medium set this early in the race. In the chat we've got Mr. Barney saying great late racing lads. Mr. Barney also, what happened to Ryan? I'm not sure, we missed it. He was up there fourth place and he just dropped out. So Pig Stig in sixth with Digital Blasphemy up into seventh spot. He's just pitted and put some racing softs on. Pig Stig on the mediums, so Digital Blasphemy should be all over the back of Pig Stig pretty soon. Beardy, he's put some mediums on. There's a couple here, chose to go medium run this early in the race. No hassle, he's already way into his medium run. He'll be happy to see the back of them. Rye in 11th spot. He was up there running high with the boys early on. I don't know if he's pitted and put his... Yeah, he pitted, it looks like. He's put some super softs on. Now he's just moved up into 10th place, but as we can see, no hassle going into the pits to get rid of those medium tyres. And Yippee-ki-yay coming around on his mediums, fresh mediums they look, like he's only just put them on, and elite digits there on his racing softs, a little bit further back. I don't think he's going to be able to get ahead of No Hassle already coming out of the pit lane. So Seth F1 leading by 3/10. Roadrunner Dan maybe quite happy to sit. He's got the fastest lap. He's going to go for an attack. I was just about to say maybe he's happy to sit behind Seth for a stint. Save on fuel. Maybe. Just sit in Seth's wake. But no, he's turning up the wick and closing in on Seth F1, who is leading this race. Nothing in it as they go up the hill. Roadrunner Dan, is he going to try and grab a toe off the Aussie and get himself within the chance to outbrake him into the first corner? Looks quite far back. We're just coming up to 14.5 minutes of this 60-minute race. Oh dear, Seth F1 wiggling in the first set of corners, and Roadrunner Dan just dances up to the back of Seth F1, putting Seth F1 under some immense pressure. Now Seth F1 under attack in turn, what, 4? My lord, look at those Nissans trying to slow down Roadrunner Dan. He's done it under braking. Beautiful stuff. Well done, Roadrunner Dan. Great move. Seth F1 down into second spot. He'll not be pleased with that. His tyres, you can see the grip is starting to go away from him. Roadrunner Dan hasn't used his tyres up as much as Seth F1. Backspace. He's only a second behind this fight. He's not out of it yet. He's doing good lap times. His tyres still looking better than Seth F1. It looks like Seth has really scuffed those tyres up. Uber in 4th place, getting ahead of Scott on track. We missed that, I do apologise. Uber on the fresher tyres, and he's doing purples. Uber means to do business. He's got his fancy Interlagos livery, and he is showing us what he can do. We saw him have a little wiggle on the curb there, so we can assume he's not going to get the fastest lap here in 4th. Only 3.5 seconds off of the lead, 1.2 seconds off of backspace. He goes faster than he's gone, a 24.5. The fastest lap is by Roadrunner Dan with a 24.2. So Uber not far off of that lap time himself. Roadrunner Dan 1.3 seconds leading from Seth F1. Seth F1 did a 27.0 the last time around. I really do think those tyres are starting to become an issue. Backspace has got him less than a second. Backspace got his targets on the back of the Aussie at this point in the race. Uber there in 4th. He's only 1.5 seconds behind Backspace. He's doing great lap times. there. Scott in 5th place, 26 dead on his last time around. He's 3 seconds behind Uber. He's only 7/10 ahead of Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy is on fire. His tyres are a lot more fresher than Scott's. He's done a 24.3 his last time around. He's only a 10th off the fastest lap for Digital Blasphemy, and there he goes. Oh, whoa, 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 he's lost the back end, but he's caught it. He's caught it just because he's only 2.5 seconds ahead of Pigstick, but he wants to be getting through. Pigstick on the medium tyres, trying to stay up with Digital Blasphemy, but Digital Blasphemy up the hill, looking to make a move on Scott ahead of him. This is the business. Scott then disappearing into the pits. He knows his tyres have done their business. He's either going to put mediums or super softs on. The things he can't put on is soft tyres. So back out there, who else is racing? Pigstick, he's pretty much alone, 1.5 seconds ahead of Beardy. Beardy is 4 seconds ahead of Chubbs. Chubbs is 7 seconds ahead of Razaf. Razaf is 4.7 seconds ahead of No Hassle. He's got his super softs on. He's gone faster than he has done on lap 12, a 25.098. Now he's got rid of that medium run. He can let his wings out and stretch them a little bit. Rye there in 12th position. A strange race for Rye. He's on the racing softs, recently pitted. He's getting purples on those racing softs. That's impressive stuff. Yippee just coming out of the pits, staying behind Rye and ahead of Elite Digits, who's just going into the pits. So Roadrunner Dan, that means the pit stops are around. We think Seth really does need a pit stop. His tyres are really hurting. He's 1.5 seconds now behind Roadrunner Dan. Looks like his internet is also having some issues down there in the land down under. Backspace moving up into 2nd spot now, chasing down Roadrunner Dan, 2.8 seconds. Mr. Barney in the chat says, come on Ryan, get your head down. Do you know, it's so weird because my name's Ryan as well. I don't know if you're talking to Ryan in the game or me. So Roadrunner Dan leading the way, 2.7 seconds ahead of Backspace. Uber there in 3rd. Seth coming back out of the pits on the racing super softs he's opted for, ahead of Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy ahead of Beardy. Beardy on the medium run right now and carrying a nice little penalty. Chubbs there on the super softs, chasing down Beardy ahead of Pigstick. Pigstick's been in, got rid of those medium tyres. And he's on his outlap now on some racing softs. Scott, we saw him nip into the pits earlier. It's put him right down into 9th place, just behind a Pigstick. Pigstick must have pitted a lap after, maybe, I'm not sure, because Pigstick is on his outlap, whereas Scott is not. Razaf up into 10th place, ahead of No Hassle in 11th. Rye in 12th, only 1.5 seconds behind No Hassle, closing in on No Hassle. No Hassle's on some old super softs. He'll be wanting to pit pretty soon with Rye on some fresh softs. Yippee-ki-yay also on some brand new rubber, so he'll be going for a while yet. And Elite Digits, we saw him just nipping into the pits, got himself some super softs, getting himself a purple sector there, so interesting stuff. Yes, I guessed it was Ryan in the game. Roadrunner Dan, all his tyres are looking really old. It's not really affecting his time too much though. He's in the 25s, late 25 that last time around. Backspace also a 25.8, matching Roadrunner Dan's time, 3 seconds behind. Uber only a second behind Backspace, and he's got Seth all the way up in his busyness as he ever. Whoa, Seth doesn't know which way to go, left or right, just not in the middle where Uber is. And now Seth trying to use those super softs to his advantage, trying to find some grip up the inside of Uber to try and get out of that draft of that car. He wants to get past Uber, struggling on some old tyres, not as old as the guys ahead of him. Seth managing to get purples though, so it can't be costing him too much there behind Uber. Uber off on the curb, and there goes Seth. He's trying to go for the line up the inside. Let's not, Uber wants to come across to go to the pits. I've seen that disaster happen before here, and there Uber Oh, they do go into the pits, but I think Uber lifted to let Seth through. That is what you're meant to do. So then Seth taking the lead from Digital Blasphemy. Backspace, Roadrunner Dan is on the move. He's in the medium tyres. Backspace also putting on the medium tyres. Backspace is a weird pit exit, but I think that is Seth. We can see there in the distance going through into the lead. I can't see Digital Blasphemy though, and there is Roadrunner Dan. Digital Blasphemy there in third place. Backspace joining in fourth after his pit stop. Uber there coming out in fifth place ahead of Chubbs by 2.5 seconds. So on the track we have Seth F1 3 seconds on his super soft tyres. Roadrunner Dan opting to go for a medium run on lap 16. 22 minutes into this 60-minute race. Digital Blasphemy has stayed out on the soft tyres. He's got a couple of laps left in him there. He's only 1.5 seconds behind Roadrunner Dan. He's 3.3 seconds ahead of this man Backspace, who has put some medium tyres on, so he is opting to go for his medium run around the same time as Roadrunner Dan. Uber also opting to go for that medium run, but he's somehow behind Backspace. Chubbs, he's on his super softs, but he's going to have to come into the pits pretty soon. That fuel is flashing. Pigstig pitted recently. He's getting purples. Wow, we'll stick with him. See if this is the fastest lap on Racing Softs. It's held by Seth at the moment, a 24.005. Seth must have recently posted that. I'll go and see what lap Seth put that flying lap in as we watch. Pigstig a 24.4. Digital Blasphemy just popping into the pits there, it seems. So we've got Seth F1 3 seconds ahead of Roadrunner Dan. Roadrunner Dan on mediums. Backspace on mediums into third. Uber into fourth. Chubbs has moved up to sixth. He's opted not to go into the pits yet. There is Digital Blasphemy returning from the pit lane in sixth place ahead of Pigstig. So Digital Blasphemy ahead of Pigstig. Great racing there between these two, but now he's on the medium tyre where Pigstig, we think, has done his medium run, and he's on a nice fresh set of Racing Softs. A little love nudge to let Digital Blasphemy know he's there. And Pigstig on board now with the Pigstig, hunting himself a little bit of Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy on the medium tyres. Digital Blasphemy has to drive very defensive. He's got to park that car, that Nissan, on every apex. Every single apex. Seth F1 still leading from Roadrunner Dan. Backspace in third place. Behind Pigstig, 2 seconds is Scott. Whilst Pigstig on the Racing Soft tyres, chasing down a Digital Blasphemy in 6th place, who is on the medium tyres. A little lag across the track. In the chat, message from Race Control: best of luck to all drivers. Hopefully less incidents to review this week. And oh, there we see, they're side by side. Digital Blasphemy is having none of it. Pigstig all up in his exhaust pipe underneath his spoiler, trying to climb into the boot of that Nissan. He's trying to make it a rear engine car. So, wow, this is crazy stuff. Sticking with these two for a bit longer. Digital Blasphemy only tenths ahead of Pigstig, fighting out 5th and 6th. Beardy is in 7th. He must have got ahead of Scott. There's a fight here, I apologise, between Scott and Beardy. Beardy on the Racing Soft, Scott's on the Super Soft, but they are old. Scott will be wanting to get rid of those Super Softs pretty soon. I did notice Scott's on a different pit strategy than the rest of them. Digital Blasphemy still holding it off on those medium tyres from Pigstig. Pigstig throwing everything he can at them two. Up ahead we still have Seth F1, Roadrunner Dan and Backspace, the top 3 positions. Nothing's changed there, but Seth F1 has come into the pits. Seth F1 has come into the pits, puts Roadrunner Dan up into 1st place. He's on those medium tyres. Remember, Backspace also on the medium tyres. Can Seth F1 get out? Uber there in on the medium tyres. No, he's having a good fill up. Digital Blasphemy ahead of Pigstig. He's on the start straight now, but Seth F1 surely has got to get out before these guys, I would assume. But Digital Blasphemy still ahead of Pigstig there. Seth F1 in the pits. Scott did go into the pits. Chubbs, it looks like Beardy. Beardy, I've lost Beardy. Where is Beardy? There is, no, it's not Beardy. Beardy's there in 7th, sorry. So, Roadrunner Dan now leading backspace, Uber 3rd. Seth F1 did come out 4th ahead of a Digital Blasphemy on his medium tyres. Someone save the replay and share it for me after the race, please. Art Lancaster says in one of the chats. Seth F1, that's why it goes blurry in the top corner. Seth F1 then, 2.8 seconds. He's put the medium tyres on. Digital Blasphemy also got the medium tyres. Pigstick getting caught up in their strategy. He's done his medium tyre run. He wants to run. He wants to run, child, run. And he's now stuck behind the medium-clad Digital Blasphemy, going at the pace that Digital Blasphemy has decided to go at. And all the time, Beardy smiling. He's catching these guys up. 25-2 last time round for Beardy. And Pigstick managing a 25-8, so Beardy is catching up those guys. Up in the lead then, Roadrunner Dan on those medium tyres, but his fuel is on the verge of running out. Backspace on the medium tyres, he's still got a bit of fuel to go though. Uber there in 3rd place, a 25.9 from Uber. He's on the medium tyres, his fuel is just under the quarter tank. Seth F1 on the medium tyres, half a tank of fuel. Digital Blasphemy, he's pulling away from Pigstick now. It looks like Pigstick's tyres giving up on him. A 25.5 last time around from Pigstick. Digital Blasphemy 25.3 on his medium tyres. So Digital Blasphemy having a solid race. Mr. Barney says in the chat, shame Piggy hasn't spun yet. So Pigstick apparently famous for a nice spin here and then. They'll make him change his name to Pig Spin, I suppose, rather than Pigstick. We'll call him Pig Spin if he spins. So Beardy, 2.2 seconds behind these guys, catching them up all the time they're racing. Pigstick must be thinking maybe pit stops are a good thing. Roadrunner Dan, we see he's got to definitely come into the pits. Yes, there he goes. And Backspace, is Backspace going to stay out there on those medium tyres, or is he going to follow Roadrunner Dan in? He's followed him in. So Uber then coming around. It looks like he's coming to lap someone ahead of him. They're pulling over, and Uber taking over the lead. His fuel is flashing though. Seth F1, is he back up into 2nd spot? No, I don't think he is, because I think we saw Roadrunner Dan back on track. He's driving around. It says Backspace is ahead of him. Backspace has jumped Roadrunner Dan in the pits. That's shocking. So Uber leading. Roadrunner Dan joining in 2nd place there. Seth F1 moving into 3rd ahead of Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy has moved ahead of Backspace. Backspace is on those super softs. Beardy is moved up into 6th place. Scott in 7th. Pigstick's pitted. He's come back out on the super softs in 8th place. 4 seconds ahead of Chubbs, who's on the racing softs at the moment. Rye has moved up into 10th place, gone faster than he's gone before on lap 20 with a 24.257. He's 1.5 seconds ahead of No Hassle and 2.5 seconds behind Chubbs. No Hassle then in 11th spot. He's on the racing softs. He's going faster. He's staying in the 24s. Good steady pace there. Yippee-ki-yay. In 12th, he's managed a 28.9. He's absolutely destroying his racing softs. He's driving them until there's nothing left on them. Razaf not far behind on the medium tyres. Will jump yippee-ki-yay when it comes to the pit stops. And Elite, Uber's into the pits. That means Roadrunner Dan retakes the lead of this race, with Seth moving up into 2nd place. Where will Digital Blasphemy stay? He's staying out there on those medium tyres. He's keeping Backspace in his place. Super soft tyres, you would have thought Digital Backspace would have just easily whipped past a Digital Blasphemy. We're going to get on board with a Backspace. He's going to go for the move now up the inside. Absolutely fantastic. There they are, side by side, going to the corner, and the better grip there aiding Backspace up into 3rd place. Digital Blasphemy then, he's staying out there. He did a 25.0 his last time around, but Beardy did a 26.2. Beardy's fuel is done. His racing softs also done. Uber, we saw come into the pits. He's put some super softs on, half a tank of fuel, and he's 3 seconds behind Beardy. and Beardy is 4.8 seconds behind Digital Blasphemy. So Uber quite a long way back from backspace after those set of pit stops. Pigstig in 7th on those super softs, 3 seconds behind Uber, only 7/10 ahead of Scott. Scott hunting himself a pig down. He's on medium tyres though. I can't see he's going to do it on mediums. But sat on board with Scott, sitting in 8th. There is Seth. Seth's into the pits. Seth into the pits, getting rid of his medium tyres, is he? Sorry. So where is Seth? Seth 6. Let's put some racing softs on. Beardy has gone in. Seth's really dropped down for some reason, and something doesn't add up. Roadrunner Dan. It seems like Seth's double pitted. Roadrunner, no, there he is. Seth 4th. Seth 4th, fighting with Uber. He's got half a tank of fuel on. He's put racing softs on. Yeah, that must be his only pit stop. I seem to have missed something. Digital Blasphemy up into 3rd place now without pitting. Backspace we saw get past him. Uber some 6 seconds behind. He's on the super softs. Now Seth F1 pitted on lap 18, put the mediums on, didn't do a bad pace on those mediums, pitted on lap 22 and come out. It seems to have cost him more time than it ought to have done. Seth F1 behind Uber at this point in the race, only just ahead of Pigstig, 1.5 seconds behind. Pigstig going faster than he's gone before with a 24.3. The fastest lap time is a 23.2 by Roadrunner Dan. That is some immense pace, that really, isn't it? 23.236. Congratulations, Roadrunner Dan. That's fantastic stuff. He's 7 seconds ahead of backspace. Digital Blasphemy is in 3rd place on those medium tyres. I had a message from Uber, and they did say that they thought Digital Blasphemy was on a very strong strategy. And to me, it looks, I thought he stayed out too long on those mediums, but it's working for him. Uber's only 4.7 seconds up behind. Seth F1 has caught up with Uber, though, with a cracking outlap. So sat on board with the Aussie as he rocks up to the back of the Interlagos liveried Samba Nissan. Wow, we've blown past halfway point. We're 34 minutes into this race. Ooh, look like Uber really putting the car out wide there ahead of us. While Seth F1 trying to break down that space, and again Uber out onto the dirty stuff. Now Uber's tyres starting to hurt him. I don't think they've pitted that long ago. And Seth trying to grab somewhat of a tow from Uber. You can see he's rocking up to the back of that car, heavy onto the brakes into turn 1. He's all over Scott into the pits. We saw he was tight up behind Pigstig, and now he's popped into the pits to get rid of those medium tyres. And then I thought Seth F1 there, he's going to grab another tow down this straight. Roadrunner Dan leading from backspace. Digital Blasphemy still in that 3rd place. He hasn't pitted yet. He's having a really good long run on those medium tyres. Still sat on board with Seth F1 as we're fighting Uber for 4th spot. Just ahead, that looks like it's Rye. No, that'll be Digital Blasphemy. So we're catching up. Digital Blasphemy, as you can see him just there, that white car in the distance. This is an absolutely glorious race here as they're catching up. 3rd spot, a 26.0. His fuel's starting to go low, the back end starting to step out. The bumpy little Ting is going to have to go into the pit stop. He's going to have to go into the pit lane, surely. He's not going to go around again. There he goes. And Uber and Seth coming around together on track. Seth F1 and looking for a way past. Uber not closing that door, and Seth F1 nipping up the inside. He's made it stick on the racing soft tyres. Uber's on the super softs, but they are quite a few laps older than Seth F1's tyres, and there goes Seth F1 up into a third place. Uber there in fourth, still very close behind though. He's coming back at Seth F1, but I don't know if he's got the tyres in the corners. As you can see, Seth F1 pulling away. Digital Blasphemy in the pits, back out the pits. Oh, did he? He didn't pit. I thought Digital Blasphemy was pitting, but he didn't. He's on the medium tyres ahead of Pigstig, and his fuel is really low. For some reason I thought he pitted. Who pitted then? No one. Beardy then on the super softs, 10 seconds behind Pigstig in 7th. A bit of watch as Pigstig has caught up a Digital Blasphemy, and could have sworn he'd gone into the pits. He did. He says he's on an outlap. He hasn't changed his tyres and he hasn't put any fuel in. Looks like Digital Blasphemy has really screwed up his pits. Looks like he just virtually drove through the pits. So we'll see what he does this time around. Oh, he was on such a great strategy as well. Everything was going absolutely sweet for him. And there he goes. He's coming back in again. Oh my God, I wonder what happened. He must have just clicked all the don't do anythings and he come back out again. So he is definitely changing his tyres this time round. 5th place then, Pigstig moving up. Beardy going, looks like he's going to manage to get 6th. Digital Blasphemy is moving. He's on the super softs. He's put half a tank of fuel in. Beardy's coming around the first couple of corners. Digital Blasphemy there, you can see Beardy is on the track ahead. So Digital Blasphemy down to 8th place. No, it's 7th. He's ahead of Scott. Scott just coming around the corner there. Digital Blasphemy in 7th, 3 seconds behind Beardy. Beardy on the super soft tyres, also Digital Blasphemy on the super soft tyres. Roadrunner Dan then, a 25.0 for him last time around. His fuel is absolutely empty. He's on the super softs. He's 10 seconds ahead of this man here, Backspace, who is also on the exact same strategy. He's been pitting the same time as Roadrunner Dan. They're both fuel flashing. Roadrunner Dan then coming up the hill. Looks like he is going to nip into the pits, and why not? I imagine to put the soft tyre on. There is Backspace. Backspace also coming up. I imagine he's going to drop it into the pit lane. As no, he's going to carry on. He's going to carry on. He's breaking the trend and he's staying out there. Roadrunner Dan stationary in his Tron-like car. Backspace coming around the first few corners. Seth F1 up into 2nd. Uber there, it says 3rd, but Roadrunner Dan is on the run. I can't see any cars in front of him. He's going to come back out in 2nd spot. Here we see the jump, and there he is into 2nd place for Roadrunner Dan, only 4.6 seconds behind Backspace, but Seth F1 there only less than a second behind Roadrunner Dan. He's on those old racing softs, where Roadrunner Dan is on a fresh set of racing softs. Uber dogging Seth all the way on his super softs. 25.7 from Uber last time around. Seth did a 25 dead. So Seth is faster than Uber at the moment. Beardy up into 5th place. 25.6 from him, but he's going to have to pit with Digital Blasphemy there, recently pitted. He's in 6th place now, so it hasn't worked out all bad for him. Pigstig behind him in 7th on the racing softs. He's recently pitted. He's on his outlap now. He's come out ahead of Scott. Pigstig and Scott been racing quite a lot this race, and it looks like 7 seconds difference between the two of them now. Chubbs is nearly 7 seconds behind Scott and 4.5 seconds ahead of Rye. Rye having quite a good race there in 10th. He hasn't lost any places or gained, but he was up there in 5th place. Roadrunner Dan then is taking the lead. Uber going, oh, he should have pitted with those tyres, but Uber staying going into 2nd. Backspace finally making his pit stop, and Seth F1 deciding to make a pit as well. They're all making their way back out to the pits. There's Beardy in the pits. So Backspace, it shows him ahead of Seth, but he won't be, will he? He might be, you know. He somehow jumped him, hasn't he? So yeah, somehow there's Backspace. I know he came into the pits this time ahead of Seth, but somewhere in this race he's shuffled himself ahead of Seth F1. Because Seth F1 was ahead of Backspace at some point in this race. Seth F1 going through the super softs, Backspace on the racing softs. In 5th, Digital Blasphemy. Super Softs, they're quite fresh. He's 2 seconds ahead of Pigstig, who is on the Racing Softs. They're out there racing now. We've got 18.5 minutes left of racing. 7th place for Scott. He's 8.3 seconds behind Pigstig. 6 seconds ahead of Beardy. Beardy there after his pit stop, coming out in 8th, just ahead of Chubbs. Chubbs fighting him for it though. Says, I want that 8th place. He's less than half a second behind Beardy. He's on the Super Softs, nice and grippy. And he'll be hunting down Beardy. Someone pitting up in front. Seth F1, was it? No, oh, there's movement, sorry. Seth F1. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look, sorry. So, Uber was the one that went into the pits. We're watching Seth F1 getting past backspace. He's jumping it into the toe. He's moving up the inside there side by side, and it looks like backspace touched the dirt. Backspace touched the dirt and had to get out of it. Oh, poor backspace. Backspace now 2.5 seconds away from Seth F1. Seth F1 11 seconds behind Dan, Roadrunner Dan there on the Racing Soft tyres, happily leading for the 5th time this season. Seth F1, I think maybe, no, I don't know if he's come second 5 times. Someone else might have pipped him for second in one of the races, I can't remember who. Backspace there in 3rd place, ahead of Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy having an amazing race there in 4th place. Pigstig less than half a well, he is half a second behind Pigstig. Digital Blasphemy on the Super Softs did a 25.080 last time around. Pigstig did a 24.0, so Pigstig absolutely flying on those Racing Soft tyres. Chasing down Digital Blasphemy. I've just knocked up my mic, so I'll turn up the YouTube to see if the volume's still working. And there I am. Very good. So, Pigstig, someone's pitted. Scott nipping back into the pits. We're sat on board with Pigstig. We're 4 tenths behind Digital Blasphemy. We're getting a tow, closing in the braking zone. And now Digital Blasphemy earlier onto the accelerator. Was it the concertina effect in the corners? It looks like Pigstig closes right in on Digital Blasphemy, but then Digital Blasphemy earlier on the accelerator, pulling away from Pigstig out of the corners. This is a cracking race, we can see, between these two, but we must have a look around. Oh, and look, Uber's caught him up as well, sitting on board with Pigstig. We did not notice that Uber, slowly but surely, after his pit stops, come out in 6th place behind these guys. And now he's chasing them down, going faster than he's got in the race. He's out wide, but he manages to keep it together, chasing them down. Roadrunner Dan then, still 11 seconds ahead of Seth F1. Seth F1 is going to have to make another pit stop before the end. Roadrunner Dan also. Still one more pit stop to go in this race, I believe. Backspace there in 3rd place, 2.8 seconds behind Seth. Then we have Digital Blasphemy, 4.7 seconds behind Backspace, only 4 tenths ahead of Pigstig, and Pigstig is also only 4 tenths ahead of Uber. Nothing in it between 4th, 5th and 6th. Beardy some 15.5 seconds down the road ahead of Scott, who is in 8th place. And here it looks like Uber's ready to make a move on Pigstig. Pigstig might have to start going defensive pretty soon. Sat on board with Uber, looking for a way past the pink car of Pigstig. Pigstig not spinning in this race, so it's a bonus for him. Looking like a good 5th place. I don't know is Pigstig spinning that much. I know they joke in the Discord about Pigstig, but Pigstig got a podium one of the races. So I don't notice him spinning a lot. He's doing a grand job there in 5th place ahead of Uber at the moment, maintaining that position. Uber on the racing soft tyres. He catches him up in that first sector though. And all this time, Digital Blasphemy pulling away from these guys. Great stuff for Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy now 1 second ahead of Pigstick. Pigstick falling into the clutches of Uber. Uber really pushing hard in his Nissan. Elite Digits has left the room. Beardy in 7th. I'll have a quick look through. Scott 8th. 9th for Chubbs. 10th for No Hassle. Rye has dropped down into 11th behind No Hassle. Razaf there in 12th, and Yippee-Ki-Yay is in 13th. He's 24 seconds behind Razaf. Razaf is only 7 seconds behind Rye, and Rye is 7.3 seconds behind No Hassle. I don't know how I missed him out. He's got a fantastic looking livery, so I'll go and have a look at him, but it's all a bit spaced out down the back there. Roadrunner Dan still only 10 seconds ahead of Seth F1. They're matching each other for pace right now. Backspace still only 2.7 seconds behind Seth. It's not finished for 2nd place. Digital Blasphemy 4.5 seconds behind Backspace. A second ahead of Pigstick, and Uber's dropped back 1.7 seconds. Had a bit of a tough lap there, I think. Yes, a 26.8. His tyres starting to go. Pigstick also on the racing softs. The super softs there for Digital Blasphemy, but his fuel is now depleted. A 25.0 for Digital Blasphemy last time around. Pigstick doing a 25.4, and Uber managing a 26.8. All close stuff down there. Beardy is in 7th place, 1.3 seconds ahead of Scott. Scott on a push, did a 24.1 on lap 32, and in lap 33 did a 24.8. And he's only 1.2 seconds behind Beardy. Beardy doing a 25.2 and a 25.7. He's on the racing softs. They're quite used, more used than Scott. So Scott cutting down the gap between himself and Beardy. No Hassle is some 13 seconds behind in 9th place, ahead of Rye by 6 seconds. Chubbs there in 11th. He's just pitted. He's come out just behind Rye. Rye back up into 10th place, but Chubbs on a fresh set of a racing soft. Razaf also into the pits, coming back out. And there's Seth F1, the first one to pit out of the leaders. Roadrunner Dan staying out. Backspace also staying out. Their fuels are very minimal. Digital Blasphemy also coming into the pits. That puts Pigstick into 3rd, or does it? Can Seth F1 get back out the pits before Pigstick comes around? No, he's going to be behind Uber and Pigstick. Interesting stuff. Obviously, they will have to pit also. So Roadrunner Dan on lap 35. Leading this race by 12.5 seconds from Backspace. Backspace's fuel is flashing. Pigstick up into 3rd place, but he will also have to pit. His fuel is flashing. His tyres look quite torn up. Uber also out there. His fuel's not flashing, but his tyres are looking rather red. He did a 25.7 his last time around. Seth F1 out there for the last stint. Half a tank of fuel. Racing softs on. Head down, cracking on. The Aussie has got some ground to make up. Digital Blasphemy coming out some 7 seconds behind Seth F1, ahead of Beardy, who is still ahead of Scott, only by 10ths though. Chubbs is there, only just ahead of No Hassle. No Hassle catching up Chubbs. So there's a race on between those two. Rye has now gone into the pits, and he's come back out again ahead of Razaf. So Rye, he's in 11th, but he stayed ahead of Razaf in the pits. And Yippee-Ki-Yay, or maybe it was Yippee-Ki-Yay that moved behind Razaf. Enter the Dragon. So Roadrunner Dan 12 seconds ahead of Backspace. Pigstick has now come into the pit, so that moves up a space for Seth F1. Now he's behind Uber. Uber stayed out, even though his fuel is flashing, his tyres are screaming. Roadrunner Dan also staying out. Backspace, they're all just using up the rest of this fuel. Seth F1 in 4th place, getting Digital Blasphemy. Can he get ahead of Pigstick? Him and Pigstick have been in a battle. Pigstick's on the move. Pigstick is on the move. Digital Blasphemy's going past the pit lane. Pigstick there in 6th. He's come out just behind Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy going into the corner after the straight, and there is Pigstick just ahead of Beardy, but Beardy will have to pit before the end of the race. Scott back into the pits, and he's come out. He's come out, he's put some super softs on and some half a tank of fuel. Chubb's there, Chubb's under hassle from No Hassle. No Hassle giving loads of hassle to Chubb's. They've both come out of the pits, it seems, recently. Their tyres look quite fresh. Let's get on board with No Hassle. And Roadrunner Dan is into the pits. Backspace, it doesn't look like he's gone in. Backspace staying out. No, Backspace has come in, I apologise. It seemed like a long gap. So we're on board with No Hassle, whilst the leader and second place has gone into the pits. Seth F1, it's saying he's in the lead, but I can't imagine it. I can't imagine he's going to beat Roadrunner Dan back out of the pits. Where is Roadrunner Dan? He's already out. There you go. Roadrunner Dan back onto the track, ahead of Seth by 10 seconds. Seth got a small penalty there. Digital Blasphemy is up into third place. Digital Blasphemy, no, he's not. Backspace. Sorry, it's the confusing pit lane. Gutted. Sorry, Backspace, but Digital Blasphemy's having a race and a half. I wanted him to get that podium. So Digital Blasphemy 5 seconds behind Backspace, but he's only 2 seconds ahead of Pigstick, who is only half a second ahead of Uber. I don't know how Uber ended up behind these guys, but it wasn't where he was earlier in the race. Chris Brooker says lost connection, gutted, just started to get used to it. Elite Digits. And Mr. Barney said unlucky buddy. Great stuff, Elite Digits. Next week, there's always next week. So Art Uber is all over the back of Pigstick, is only tenths in it, sitting on board with Uber in his fancy Interlagos liveried Amigos Nissan, chasing down for 5th place, with 4th just slightly up the road. There's nothing in it between 4th, 5th and 6th here. Beardy only a further 5 seconds down the road. If they hold each other up whilst they're racing, then you never know. You never know. Beardy and Scott might catch up this little gang. And look at the toe there for Uber. Uber up the inside of Pigstick. They're sharing paint. But Pigstick maintains that position ahead of Uber. Uber just tucking in behind now to grab the toe down here. We've only got 6 minutes left of racing, guys. This has been one hell of an hour. It has flown by. Absolutely, and there goes Uber. He's trying for an outside line. Is he going to make it work for him? He has done. He's on the super softs, remember. Pigstick also on the super soft, so that was just a fantastic move by Uber. Congratulations, Uber. Pigstick not happy. Digital Blasphemy though only 2 seconds ahead of Uber, and Uber is really on form today. He really is flying high. So Roadrunner Dan 11 seconds ahead of Seth F1, who is 3.8 seconds ahead of a Backspace. We believe they're running to, well, they've got to be, haven't they? We've only got 5 minutes left of this race. Digital Blasphemy is 2.5 seconds ahead of Pigstick. Pigstick back ahead of Uber. I apologise, I don't know what happened. There we see, oh, Uber running wide, and Pigstick, oh, Uber. Celebrated too early, that overtake on Pigstick. Pigstick back up into 5th place with a fantastic move, with Uber going out wide, helping him out, but Uber reapplying the pressure now on the Pig. Only half a second behind. Scott has got ahead of Beardy. Beardy looks like he just had to come into the pits. He's 10 seconds behind Scott and 4.6 seconds ahead of No Hassle. No Hassle up into 9th ahead of Chubbs. Chubbs though chasing him down. There's nothing in it between the two of them. And Rai is in 11th spot there, with Razaf in 12th and Yippee-Ki-Yay in 13th. He's getting pitted. He's lapped by Pigstick at the moment. Is he going to cause a change in the order? Uber will be loving this. He'll be thinking this helps. This really does. He's there. Uber trying to get up alongside Pigstick. No, he's backed out of it. Pigstick saying get out of the way. Get out of the way, yippee-ki-yay. Bruce Lee, move. And everyone likes to see Bruce Lee, but their Uber has thrown it out really wide. He's really, really wide. He's getting it back on the track. He's got 12 seconds behind him before Scott catches him up, but he was really hoping to be able to make a move on Pigstick, and instead he's ended up losing a bit of time. 2.7 seconds on Pigstick. Pigstick now getting past Yippee-Ki-A on the track. Digital Blasphemy 1.6 seconds ahead of Pigstick. We've got 3 minutes left of racing. Pigstick on those super softs. He's a lot faster than Digital Blasphemy at this point. Digital Blasphemy last time around was a 25.6. Pigstick, we've seen him do this on the last lap, and Yippee-Ki-A trying to come back. Even though he's a lap down, he looks like he was trying to unlap himself from Pigstick. You can't do that, I'm afraid. Yippee-Ki-A, you're best off just sitting behind and chilling. 1.4 seconds then Pigstick is behind Digital Blasphemy. Uber 2.3 seconds behind Pigstick. Digital Scott there excuse me, in 7th spot ahead of Beardy in 8th. 9th for No Hassle. Chubbs is in 10th. 11th there for Rye. 12th for Razaf. 12th for Yippee-Ki-Yay. Roadrunner Dan leading this race by 11.3 seconds. Seth F1 matching him lap for lap. There's 2 minutes left of racing, so probably this and the next lap and it'll all be over. Backspace 2.9 seconds behind Seth. That makes your top 3. Then Digital Blasphemy 1.5 seconds ahead of Pigstick. Digital Blasphemy did a 25.4 last time around. Pigstick 25.3, only a 10th faster. Pigstick on those super softs, with Digital Blasphemy only on the soft tyre. Behind them Uber has got it down to less than 2 seconds. It was 2.7 seconds, so Uber has got the fire in his belly and the grit between his teeth. He is pushing. He wants that 5th place back. I mean, it looked like 4th place or 3rd place was Uber's earlier in this race. He's lost some time along the way. There is Scott, 4 seconds ahead of Beardy. Beardy is 7 seconds ahead of No Hassle. So it's Pigstick and Digital Blasphemy. Oh my lord, we've seen Pigstick destroy people's dreams and hopes just at the end of the race. And Digital Blasphemy, 4th place, a great finish for him in his Nissan. And he's got Pigstick less than half a second behind him. 50 seconds remaining in this race. Roadrunner Dan still leading from Seth F1 in 2nd, with Backspace in 3rd. We're on board with Pigstick in 5th place as we are hunting down Digital Blasphemy, who is in 4th, and less than half a second we're in the tow. We're in the tow going into the first corner. That is not an open door, Pigstick. I thought you were aiming for that big wide space, but Digital Blasphemy has now got to stop leaving those big wide spaces to stop you from coming through all the time. Digital Blasphemy can race you, and we've seen him racing a couple of people, keeping them behind. There he goes for the inside. He's done a dummy, but has he done himself? No, I thought he put himself out there on the grass. He threw a dummy. He threw it like he was going to go up the inside, and now he's looking like he's trying to get that inside line from Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy are doing all he can to defend that spot. It is the final lap now. I usually like to watch the leader cross the line, so I'll try and cover. Roadrunner Dan is just coming up the hill. So far we've got Pigstick there ahead of Digital Blasphemy in 4th. There we see Roadrunner Dan. Digital Blasphemy still there. Oh, Digital Blasphemy looked like he was going wide. There we go, Roadrunner Dan taking the win. There is Seth F1 just coming up the hill, and there we see Digital Blasphemy is still ahead of Pigstick. So Seth F1 coming over to cross the line to take 2nd spot. Fantastic stuff. And Backspace pulled that back within a second, taking 3rd. Digital Blasphemy looks like he's going to keep hold of 4th. Is he going to keep hold of 4th? Pigstick having a look along the final straight. There is Digital Blasphemy. He crosses the line in 4th. Pigstick in 5th. Uber in 6th. Fantastic race from 4th, 5th and 6th there. Scott coming around to take that 7th place ahead of Beardy. Fantastic racing there from Scott. He crosses the line in 7th, with Beardy coming in 8th. 9th for No Hassle, fantastic. Chubbs is looking like he's going to get 10th spot. Wright has already finished in 11th. So there is No Hassle crossing in 9th. Here comes Chubbs to cross in 10th spot. Fantastic racing. The fastest lap was by Roadrunner Dan at 23.236. Rye was in 11th. Razaf was 12th, and Yippee finished in 13th. Woohoo! Fantastic, Roadrunner Dan. You got pole position and you got the fastest lap. Congratulations. No one can touch you this season. It's great stuff. So obviously we lost elite digits in there with a disconnect. So that is the finishing positions for you then. Roadrunner Dan is taken his 5th win this season in round 5. Fantastic stuff. Congratulations. Seth F1 in 2nd place. Forever hunting, chasing that Dan down, like Wiley Coyote in backspace, finishing in the final podium position. Congratulations. Digital Blasphemy, a fantastic race to finish in 4th. Pigstig, so close. There in 5th. Uber should have been more. I don't know where he lost his positions, but he was up there in 2nd spot at one point, 3rd spot, and after the pit stops shuffled down to 6th. It's unfortunate for him. In 7th we have Scott having a fantastic race. Beardy in 8th. No Hassle in 9th. Chubbs finishing in 10th. Rye in 11th. Razaf in 12th. Yippee in 13th, and Elite Digits obviously had a disconnect. So that was round 5 here at the Interlagos track for the Amigos Racing Team. Check them out on the Discord and on Facebook, and you can get them on the World Wide Web. Amigos Racing Team.co.uk, I believe, where you'll see all of their leagues, their tables, and everything else. And I will wrap this up now. I was your commentator and broadcaster, Adam Adamson. Thank you for joining us, and be lovely to everybody and each other. Okie dokie. I never know how to end these things. I need a goodbye thing, like, you know, bye tubers. Alright, see you guys. I'll see you next Saturday. It's going to be a cracker. Bye.